the Honorable Chairman, Principal Sir, distinguished guests, staff and students of St. John's, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for inviting my wife, Anita, and me here today as your guest of honor. It is indeed an honor, and I'm deeply humbled to stand in front of you all. St. John's College has a very long history, having founded some 191 years ago. The education of life that this great institution provides is never evident when you are a student. It becomes evident only when you go out into the real world where one is challenged. St. John's quietly enables us to face them all, to overcome and to go forward. We sing, Johnians always play the game. This doesn't just refer to sports, but it refers to the wider game of life. Having spent all my school days at St. John's, I am eternally grateful for what I learned here. The learning was endless and at times painful. The first few years of hostel life was tough. Forming friendships was challenging as we came from so many different backgrounds. Sometimes it was difficult to getting used to teachers who were such strict disciplinarians. But underneath all this, there was something special about St. John's that I can be very proud of. Today, the first thing I proudly say to anyone is, I studied at St. John's College, JAFFNA, Sri Lanka, the best school in the world. The innocent friendships we formed some 35 years ago have grown from strength to strength. The fear we had for our teachers has turned into utmost respect and total loyalty. Most of all, our affection to St. John's continues to grow in every possible way. I'm not sure how many years have gone by since the first college prize giving was held. But surely I must be the only chief guest who had never won a prize. Among this audience, I can see some very familiar faces. I see some of my former teachers who would never have dreamt that I would be standing here one day as chief guest. I would like to say that it feels like a dream for me too. I want to begin by congratulating each and every one of you who has won a prize. This is a reflection of your hard work and dedication throughout the past year. Whether you won a prize for academic achievement, for achievements in sport or in any other field, it is truly great to have your efforts richly rewarded and recognized. I am sure you made your parents and family members, as well as all your teachers, very proud. Well done, and I wish you all continued success. When I was a student, we, the non-prize winners, were always asked to sit at the back of the hall. As the winners were getting their well-deserved prizes, the one thing that constantly crossed my mind was, could I ever be successful? So today, I want to speak to all of you, those who won prizes and those who, like me, are wondering whether they could ever be successful. I would like to tell you this. It is all up to you. It is you and you alone who can define your success. I want to really challenge you by asking a simple question. Do you know how good you are to be successful? I want to tell you a story, a true story where I was present. It happened on the 24th of April 2007 at Sabina Park, Kingston, Jamaica. It was a very hot and humid day when Sri Lanka cricket team took on New Zealand in the World Cup semi-finals. It is the standout innings of Mahela JAFFNA which I'd like to share with you. The scorecard that day will tell us that Mahela scored 115 runs in 109 balls. But the scorecard will not tell you the hard work that went into getting there, how the innings was formed, how he was patient, how he let go of so many opportunities to score, and how he built partnerships. The scorecard also will not tell you how he used his strengths and used that perfectly to overcome the challenges he faced to build and deliver a great innings. Most importantly, Mahela JAFFNA, the Sri Lankan captain then, believed in himself. He knew he was good enough to deliver a quality innings. That was the key component of his success and of his beautiful innings that day. Well, we all can learn a lot from that. We define our success by what is on the board or by the prizes we win. What success that day was for Taranga was different to what it was for Mahela. Taranga was judged by the explosive start that he gave to the innings, while Mahela was judged for the calm and steady way he settled for a long innings, accelerating at the end. Both of them were successful. It is therefore important to understand that all of us can and will achieve success through different routes. It is my fundamental belief that every one of us has the capacity and capability to achieve success. It does not mean that we become overconfident and arrogant about our talents. It's about believing that we can. When Mahela came to the crease, Taranga was in full flow. The run rate was still around 5, but Sri Lanka's batting was very vulnerable, which even the opposing captain, Stephen Fleming, acknowledged at the toss. Mahela knew that he could join Taranga and start scoring fast. He could have done that, but he didn't. He buckled down and scored very slowly, giving Taranga the opportunity to score very freely. He played carefully so that he could easily pick up his run rate later. That was his strength, and he was aware of that. On the other hand, when I got through my ordinary level examination with much difficulty, I believed that I should try to become a doctor. As you know, this was a prestigious profession. It was then, and I'm sure it is now. I enrolled myself to the bio stream, despite the fact that I had failed biology. My first class was zoology, where I was given a frog to dissect and then to draw it. When I finished drawing, my zoology teacher told me that my frog looked like a goat. Next day, I spoke to the principal and quickly transferred myself out of the bio stream into mathematics stream. I knew my limitations, but I tried to ignore them. Successful people know and acknowledge their limitations. Your limitations will throw you challenges and obstacles. There is no point fighting them. It is better to overcome them, otherwise they will hold you back from achieving success. At the end of the 40th over, Sri Lanka had slowly built their innings to 180 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. Mahela was not out at 40 runs from 74 balls. The commentators were giving him a hard time. They were accusing him of taking too much time, saying that Sri Lanka had a decent platform and now they have messed up. This is what happens in real life too. People will judge us by what they expect from us without realizing that all of us have different paths to achieve success. The world will not know our limitations. The world will not know our strengths. And the world will not know the challenges we face. But the world will be quick to judge by what they expect from us. That is where your own determination and drive will have to come in. That is how Mahela built his innings. He got his 50 in the 41st over and in 76 balls. What happened from there was a privilege to watch. A brutal attack on the New Zealand bowling. He raced to 100 in 104 balls. The last 50 came up in 28 balls and took Sri Lanka to 289 runs for the loss of 5 wickets. This was way over what was predicted, and it was done solely by Mahela's sheer belief and careful execution. As we go on to live our lives outside the school environment, we will have wickets falling around us. We will have commentators predicting us what we could achieve and commend or condemn the way we bat. The challenge for us is not to allow these external factors to affect us. Do we allow these external pressures to stress us, or do we build our innings carefully and according to what we want to achieve and play a Mahela innings? To achieve success and bring the best out of you, you will need to withstand these external pressures and build your own innings. One has to look back at Mahela's innings and admire the way he built it. He took a long time to lay a good foundation. His was a slow and steady innings. Likewise, success doesn't come overnight. One has to work for it patiently and build it up slowly. We should run a marathon, not a sprint. You will need to take your own time, account your own plan and ability, and then go and achieve your own success. When I was seated at that grounds watching that match and was getting frustrated by his innings, I never realized how well he was planning it. Cricinfo, the cricket website, described it as an innings that has been worth its weight in gold. Every time the run rate was dropping, he would slowly squeeze in a 4. Every time a wicket fell, he took on a slightly attacking role and then went back to playing a steady innings. He was reacting to the situation rather than worrying about it. This is an incredible attribute that we all need. Every time we face a crisis or a challenge, we really need to take a step back, analyze the situation, and react positively. As they say, the reaction to a challenge is more important than the challenge itself. There's no point worrying about a wicket that falls, but it's important to figure out what needs to be done next. There's no point in worrying about not winning a prize, but you should think forward as how to do better and thereby giving yourself a chance to win a prize. There are so many stories like Mahela's innings from which we can learn about life. Whether you are a prize winner today or not, there are better and bigger things to look forward to in the future. You will and you can achieve success, by understanding your strengths and limitations, by reacting positively to the challenges, by accepting that your path could be different to that of others, by being patient and building your life over a period of time. And most importantly, by believing in yourself. Before I finish, once again, I would like to thank you all for inviting Anita and me. As I said at the outset, we are deeply touched and humbled to be here. In closing, I would say to all of you again, believe in yourself. You have so much inside you that will make you very successful. Next time, don't ask yourself the question that I asked myself. Assure yourself by saying, yes, I can be successful. And as the great boxer Muhammad Ali once said, if my mind can conceive it and my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it. Thank you very much.